So how many of you have ever bought a book but never read it? Or maybe you bought an item of clothing and you never worn it. How many of you have bought an item of clothing and not even taken the ticket off? Or maybe you've bought a course or a training where like maybe you didn't even open it. Maybe you didn't implement the steps. Does that sound familiar? I remember like a gazillion years ago, it must have been like 2008, and I was going to a conference in the US, and it was either like Dallas or Atlanta. I can't remember which one it was. And I'm sitting in this 3-day conference in this big like auditorium in this room. There must have been about 3,000 people in the room, and it was actually a Dan Kennedy with Bill Glazor conference. And he said concert. It was like a concert. It was like a concert, but it was actually a conference. And they were like, they were like sort of marketing superstars. Like Frank Kern was one. This was like gazillions and gazillions of years ago. And I was like blown away. And I virtually bought every single thing. I was like running to the back, yeah, putting my credit card down, yeah. I like bought I bought setting up your own custom TV channel, and this was like before YouTube. So you actually had to get in a room with a producer and a camera crew, and and it was in America, and I lived in Europe, but I bought that. I like copywriting secrets on writing ads. I bought a course on scaling my business to 250 million. And at the time, I wasn't even doing 1 million, but I had a course on how to scale to 250 million. I had courses on marketing funnels, all kinds of marketing tactics, like managing difficult employees. And again, at the time, I didn't even have any employees, but I had a course on it. And when you're like running to the back of the room and for every single speaker, and when I flew back, I was like buzzing, and I remember trying to explain to my partner at the time and everything was and why I needed it. And he was like, okay, darling, sounds good. Week later, I was buzzing. 2 weeks later, I was kind of buzzing. And 3 weeks later, I was like totally lost on what my next move was. There were like marketing systems so complex, I had no idea where to start, like video strategies, social media strategies, sales team strategies, abandoned cart sequences, no call sequences, e-commerce chat tools, event marketing, PR, all that marketing stuff that at the same time I was just completely overwhelmed. And not only did I have a lot of stuff that I didn't need at that time, I was focused on the wrong things to get that next step in my business. And I was playing the slow game. Focused on complicated tactics in the business. And it was slow and it was frustrating, and it didn't do my relationships any good at the time, I have to admit. Now, can I give you some like real news about growing your business? I don't know if I should say this, but I just wanted to be straight. To get to the next level in business, you need the right moves, right? In the right sequence, in a simplified way. So you can take action without resistance in yourself, in your team, in your business. And that's when you see the scale. That's when you find the leverage. That's how you get into the flow. Now, pros know the more clarity that you have, the more they simplify and systemize their business, the better it's going to be. And being around people who've already done that, who already know what to do, enables you to move fast. And that's like the real news, right? And I'm going to walk you through a pro move right now. And I like to call this like the money shot move, the money shot audit, which is where is your ROI coming from, right? Where is the real ROI coming from? So if you want to scale without adding more to your plate, you need to know like what is really, really working in your marketing. Not what's trendy, not what's complicated, not necessarily what's what's moving money, where you're investing money, what's attracting the real clients, what is creating the real growth. And there's like a simple diagnostic, right? And I call it the money shot move. And it's designed to surface your like highest ROI move. So then what you can do is you double down on what works and you cut the rest out. You don't worry, like just cut it out of your mind so you're not even thinking about it. So there's 3 points to the money shot dashboard audit, right? Number one is, what is the highest ROI client source right now? So thinking about where is the best fit, highest paying, fastest closing client actually coming from? Where is the high value clients, the flow coming from? And like, whether it's referrals, whether it's organic, whether it's paid traffic, whether it's outbound, whatever it is, like really, really focus in on what that is, and like where you've created the most revenue with the least amount of effort and got the best clients. Like, think that through. Who are our best clients? Where are they coming from? And what is easy? What's the flow in getting them in? Doing the deals. The second thing to think about is like, what is the offer or service that generates the best margins with the lowest delivery complexity, right? And I think we often overlook this, but like thinking sort of revenue versus delivery time in terms of the offers that you're making, like what gets the results fastest? Is delivery, do you have to deliver it? Is it delegated? Is it part, how? I mean, again, there's lots of leverage that you can get here, but what doesn't, what is not sort of getting all your energy or your time or your team's resource or your resource? So therefore, what is the most scalable? So what is like the most revenue with the easy delivery, or the delivery that is least, requires least of your energy, that you can deliver for the best clients? Again, thinking about who are our best clients. And your best clients aren't necessarily the ones that pay you the most money. They're the ones that you can engage with, deliver value, and build that momentum with them. And number three, if you had to, like, thinking about this question, if you had to cut your marketing in half tomorrow, like which one activity or asset would you keep because it consistently drives revenue? Like what would you keep? Not what looks good, not what you think you might need to do, not what you like doing even, but actually what is producing the results. So if you had to cut everything back by 50%, what would you carry on doing? Like, what would you back? And that's your money shot. Now imagine if you scaled your marketing and just did that, right? Not like 12 platforms, not 7 funnels, not everything, but just one offer, one channel, one message that already proves that it's already working, and then like really scaling that up as quickly as you can. And that's how you simplify, that's how you scale, that's how you reclaim your bandwidth. Because as entrepreneurs, we're like constantly thinking about new offers, new clients, new revenue streams, and we don't really scale up what is already working. And it's important to remember that what is already working and scaling that up doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do that. So there are lots of different ways of delivering stuff. But what is the thing that is converting with the least hassle, getting the best clients in a way that is with the most revenue, not necessarily, and really doubling down on that and going like scaling that up with minimum sort of extension in bandwidth. So that's the money shot move, and that is high leverage moves so that you can just grow with ease and fluid and sort of elegant moves, high leverage moves that enable you to grow in the way and get you to the next level without like burning you out. So I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, check out what your money moves are.